Hello guys and welcome to Extra Time, the FIWC 2017 web show. I'm joined today by Spencer FC. Spencer, how did you enjoy FIWC in general?
I thought it was fantastic, mate, to be honest. We've done a lot of events this year, but the quality of play was just up there with anything I've ever seen before. The best players were all in the room, and the ones that got through to the end really deserved it, and what a final it was.
Exactly, and this was the final day of FIWC action, so let's take a look at the bracket and see who did eventually win FIWC 2017. So Cody the Finisher came up against Gorilla, but Gorilla did beat him 2-7 on aggregate. And in the other matchup, it was T-Mox versus Dito. Dito did go on 1-2 on aggregate, and Dito came up against Gorilla in the grand final. 3-3 in the first leg, and on the Xbox division leg, Dito lost 4-0 to Gorilla, and that means England's Gorilla is the 2017 FIWC champion. Do you think he deserved it?
100%. He was the player that was standing out the most from day one in terms of the pre-tournament favourites. A lot of the other guys fell by the wayside, and he just did what he does so well, which is score more goals than his opponent. Didn't necessarily always keep it a clean sheet at the other end, but he didn't need to because he was just absolutely relentless in his attack.
So let's take a look at Gorilla's stats for the day. He scored 41 goals and only conceded 24. That is a very impressive goal difference to bring to a talent pool that FIWC 2017 had. So, I mean, how do you think he did all that? Like, was it just a complete offense?
Well, that's what's incredible is, like, you could look at the goals scored and whatnot and say, oh, yeah, I can do that at home, but you've got to take into consideration the people he's playing against. Exactly. These are some of the best defenders in the world, and he's in some cases scoring 6 goals past them. I mean, it's unbelievable, really. He's from another planet, this guy.
So we do have the man Gorilla here in the studio. Let's welcome the FIWC 2017 World Champion.
Well done again, mate. Fantastic performance.
Appreciate it.
Well done.
Thank you.
So, Gorilla, tell me, what was going through your head when you were on that stage about to win $200,000?
The moment I was going to win it, or the whole final as a whole?
I mean, the final as a whole.
Yeah, obviously, my second leg against Cody had a big lead, so I could have, less pressure, so to speak. So I was just trying to not necessarily have fun, but just get the grips with the main stage. I think that benefited me in the final, so, I already had that game. But yeah, 3-3 on PS4, obviously give me 3 away goals heading into Xbox, so that was a massive advantage for me. But, I'm not sure if Dito's played Xbox before and wasn't, I don't think he felt as comfortable, obviously, when he was on PlayStation. But 4-0, I thought I'd dominate the game and played to his weaknesses and pressured him.
Definitely. I thought it was unbelievable, to be honest, mate. I wonder if many people felt like you won this last night with that 6-0 win, because you still had a lot of work to do, sure, but to send out a message like that, like I said earlier, Cody the Finisher was the only person out of the Final Four that won their group. Yeah. He won it in convincing fashion, and you just went, that's right, mate, but I'm going to beat 6-0.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it myself, to be honest. 6-0 against Cody, because I actually played him in a group and we drew 1-1, so I was expecting a tight game. He likes to keep the ball defensively solid as well, so 6-0, I couldn't really believe, obviously, going to bed that night. It wasn't over until it's over. Yeah. Still had one more game to go in. A lot of people thought it was over, but 2 goals early on. Like Janos scored 2 in 5 minutes, so anything can happen. But yeah, like I said, it was a really nice advantage heading into the grand final time.
Now, one thing I noticed in your match against Dito is the game seemed to change when you switched to 4-4-2. Yeah. Is that something that your coach Sean Allen told you to do?
Yeah, he always plays it online in tournaments, but I'm not really suited to it because I like to play down the middle with 4-3-1-2. But I remember him telling me time and time again, because the way Dito plays, he likes to keep the ball and go down the wings, whereas if I was to play 4-4-2, high pressure him, he's going to be stuck with his fullbacks and obviously have wingers to cover the passes. But yeah, that was all down to Dragon. I think he actually won me the tournament.
Last question. How did it feel to score with Hullet and then point to Hullet in the crowd? I thought that was the coolest moment of the entire tournament.
Yeah, obviously, he was in front row seat, so, I think that was the first goal I scored with him the whole tournament. He always plays a big part in my team, obviously within midfield, but yeah, obviously to get that goal. Was it my second or third? I can't remember.
It was your second goal.
Second, so it was an important goal, so I gave him a little point, and hopefully he saw it.
So I know a lot of you who are watching at home, you guys want to be in the same place as Gorilla. You guys want to be future pro FIFA players. Gorilla, tell me, what does it take to be here right now?
Time and dedication. I mean, it's it's a cliche, but if you're serious about it, I remember when I first started, the scene was really new. But I think now, with EA and FIFA's backing, it's going to get bigger and bigger. So if you are serious about it, then you just got to put the time and dedication. And there's always keep improving. Like, I'm never content with how good I am. There's always areas I can improve. So yeah, just keep practicing.
Words from the master. Now we have some words from the community. They did have some questions just for you. Gorilla, how does it feel to lift the trophy? You said you always wanted the most, and this is coming from another pro player, West Ham's Jambu.
Yeah, I've been in a World Final before, FIWC, lost 3-2 to Aggie, even though I had the 2-0 lead. So I think from that moment onwards, it kind of motivated me because I've always wanted to win a World Championship, and obviously on a big scale like this, $200,000, probably the most competitive tournament, I'd say, best 32 in the world. It's an honour, obviously in England as well. It's also a privilege. But yeah, I've won many titles in my career, but I think this is a cherry on top.
And we do have another question from the community. It is from Hussein. He says, how big of an impact has Sean Allen been as your coach?
Yeah, I've never had a coach really in any tournaments, obviously the regionals, and back when I first played, because I never really saw the benefit of it. Obviously the French players have a lot of coaches, and I think from there, Sean didn't qualify, unfortunately, because I played him in Madrid. It was a deciding game on who qualified. So I thought me and him play similar. Him obviously playing with different formations that tactically, benefit me. Obviously it did. So obviously I think we all heard him on the stream, hyping me up a little bit. But yeah, overall massive help, and I think it was down to him I won. Obviously I had to play, but he played a massive part in that.
For the third community question, we do have one from. It's Matt Napier. He says, well done, Gorilla. You are the true champion. Now, what are your aims for FIFA 18?
Same again. I'm never, obviously it's a massive accomplishment in my career, but I've got a month off now till FIFA 18, then back on the grind. New game, new gameplay, so, I have to put the time in to adjust to it. Same with, obviously, every other player competing. But, yeah, always like winning, and I'll never stop.
So there you go. He came, he saw, he conquered. Gorilla proved that FIWC 2017 was his jungle. Gorilla, thank you so much for joining us, and congratulations on the 200K.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Well done, bud.
Cheers.
So, of course, it was FIWC, and you know what that means. Goals, goals, goals. Spencer, why don't you take us through the 3 best goals of the day?
Sure, there's some fantastic ones. This one was Dito here on the ball with Talvan in the box. Lovely turn. Finds Pogba, who also goes past a Gorilla defender there and puts the ball in the back of the net. Not easily done against Gorilla, and a nice celebration too.
Yeah, great dabbing. Must have made Gorilla mad. That's maybe why he won.
Maybe it was all down to the dab. This is Gorilla now on the ball in the red, and he's got the ball with Neymar. He finds Ronaldo. Lovely turn again. Finds Neymar, who looks for the 1-2 with Suarez. Gets it back. It's so fluid. It really is. And you can look at that and think, I can score that goal. But against this calibre of player, I doubt it. Yeah, it's so hard to do. But Gorilla did it on the biggest stage of all. But this is our favourite goal. Look at this with Messi. Oh, see you later. He is mugged off the defender. Ball across the box. Suarez at the back stick. But it was all about the assist from Lionel Messi there. What a setup. And Ruud Gullit loved it as well.
I mean, Cody the finisher can say that he nutmegged the world champion. I think that's probably the best that you can say at FIWC 2017. Now, we do have some community questions for Spencer. Of course, he is our special guest of the day. So let's take a look at those questions. So from Charlie RD, he says, Spencer, where do you see the future of esports going?
Wow. Obviously, esports is huge, but the future of FIFA esports is playing catch-up right now, but it's really picked it up a big lot in this year just gone. Biggest year we've had, biggest tournaments we've had, biggest prize pots we've had. I'd love to see it keep growing. I think it will. There's more people playing the game than ever. So many people love football already around the world, and we've got the football clubs and whatnot coming into it. That's only going to increase, I think. So for me, long term, couple of years from now, I think it's only a matter of time before you see someone win £1 million for a game of FIFA.
And now we have some special tournament awards to give to some of the players representing their countries in FIWC 2017. First up, we have Best Offense, and it goes to none other than England's Gorilla.
Yeah, I mean, there's some impressive stats, aren't there? 2.93 goals scored per game, almost 3 a match, and good players online will feel like they can do that, but again, against this level of opponent, it's so hard, and he's consistently done it.
And now we have the award for Best Defense, and it goes to USA's Aman. This was actually a surprise, don't you think?
I think people underestimated him going into this tournament. He got out of the group. Interestingly, he was in the same group as Gorilla. He's got the best defence and the best offence coming out of that same group. But 1.11 per game, again, that's unbelievable defending from Aman.
And Gorilla did manage to score 2 goals against him, so maybe that's the kind of skill level he has to take home the FIWC 2017 trophy. Now, last award, Best Goal Difference. Again, nobody else but England's Gorilla.
Yeah, plus 17 goal difference. I mean, he is a freak of nature, in my opinion. There's no one else in this tournament that does what he does. There's a lot of really good possession players, a lot of good defence players, and some really good attackers. But Gorilla does it better than anyone else, and he's just relentless in his goal scoring. Obviously good at the back as well, but for me right now, he is the one to beat, and maybe someone new will come out of the woodwork next year. Maybe someone else will step up their game. There's a lot of work to do to catch him.
Exactly. So congratulations once again to England's Gorilla. But we have something special just for you guys. Spencer, tell me what these guys can win if they drop a comment in the comments.
Right, well guys, if you weren't going to comment already, you need to now, because we've got this beautiful FIWC top signed by none other than the newest and most expensive Chelsea signing ever, Alvaro Morata. Not bad, is it?
Not bad at all. So drop the comment, hashtag FIWC17 in the comments, and you might have a chance at winning this lovely signed jersey by Alvaro Morata. So thank you so much for joining us over the past 3 days on Extra Time. I want to say a big thank you to my special guest, Spencer FC.
Thanks for having me.
And another huge congratulations to England's Gorilla for becoming FIWC 17 World Champion. Guys, that's it from us. Until next time.